Hi, I'm James Ward from Google. Recently we announced gRPC Kotlin, which is a way to generate idiomatic Kotlin around the protobuf and gRPC support for Java. And so this gives you support for coroutines and Kotlin flows and other great features in Kotlin. So I want to give you a quick demo so you can see it. Let's check it out. Let's take a look at an example that uses gRPC and Kotlin. You can find this on GitHub under the Google Cloud Platform, Kotlin samples, and then run, and then gRPC Hello World streaming. There's a few different examples in here. We're going to look at the streaming one. And if you want to deploy this up on Cloud Run, you can just click this Run on Google Cloud button, and that will deploy it. And we'll let Cloud Shell start up and then go take a look at the source code. So in the source code for this sample, let's first take a look at the proto file. This is the protocol buffer definition that defines a service called greeter, an RPC on that service called say hello stream. It takes a hello request and it returns a stream of hello reply. And then you can see our hello request and hello reply message objects down below. So the gRPC Kotlin project will then generate the classes to interact with the service for Kotlin. And let's go take a look at how we actually use those generated stubs. Here we have the Hello World server, and we'll start up the server. And all that this server does is implement what happens on that say hello stream. So you can see it takes a hello request and it returns a flow of hello reply because our gRPC returned that stream of hello reply. Flow in Kotlin is a way to do a stream with non-blocking, back pressure, and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to emit a hello reply. And what we're going to do in that reply is create a new hello reply from the builder and set the message to hello and then whatever name came in the request. So we're just going to emit that every second. So that's our server implementation. Nothing very fancy there. Then let's go take a look at the client that connects to that server. So in this case, we're going to use the generated stubs for this gRPC service, and we're going to have a function in here called greet, which is going to take a name, and then it's going to do this run blocking, where it's going to assemble a hello request and set the name to whatever was passed in, and then it's going to call the stub, say hello stream, give it that request, and this returns a flow. So that's the Kotlin flow. And then we're going to do a .collect on here with a function that takes the response. And in this case, we're just going to print out the message that was passed in. Now down here, we can see our main method where we start up the client. And you'll see that when we start up the client, we're going to, if there is an argument, we're going to use it, an argument to the program. If not, we're going to just pass in world. So you'll see that what actually then gets passed in, we set the name to the name that was there. And then if we look back at our server, it sets the message that it's going to emit every second to hello, comma, and then the name that was passed in. So let's go back over into Cloud Shell, and I'm actually just going to cancel out of this. I'm not going to go through the deployment because we don't need to. It's already deployed. And now I'm going to run the client against my server that's up and running on Cloud Run. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the Docker container that was created if we had followed through with that process and let it run to create the Docker container from that source code, but I've already done that. And then it's going to run the Hello World client KT application, and then it's going to pass an argument to the application, which is the server to connect to. And if you'll remember, we take that argument and we output it after hello every second. So let's now run that Docker container. It's going to go grab that from the Google Container Registry and download that to Cloud Shell, to my local Docker daemon there. And so that'll take a second to pull all that down. And once that's pulled down, it'll start up the Docker container, run the Hello World client, and then connect to our service running on Cloud Run. And remember, Cloud Run is serverless, so it scales down when there aren't any requests and then automatically scales back up as needed. And you'll see that it's started up that gRPC server, and now it's outputting every second hello with that argument that was passed in. So there we go. That's our Kotlin gRPC application running on Cloud Run and doing a streaming response.